Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny. I'm from jennycarddesigns. Thanks so much for joining me today. My YouTube channel contains content that is intended to share paper crafting tutorials and inspiration with all of you. I hope that you enjoy. Welcome to another installment of Chop It Up. Today I've got a fun project for you, creating a little folio that you can use for journaling or for a little mini album or something like that. In order to create this project, you're only going to need 3 sheets of regular cardstock measuring 8.5 by 11. So let's jump right into this project. So I'm going to put this first piece of cardstock into my scoreboard, and across the 11-inch side, I'm going to make 3 scores. First one at 3 inches, and then 9 inches, and then 9.25 inches. And I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to do this for 2 sheets of cardstock with the exact same measurements, 3 inches, 9 inches, and then 9.25 inches. And then for the last piece of cardstock, we're going to score across the 11-inch side at 5.5 inches. And that's going to be all the scoring that we're going to do to create this project. So I'm going to grab my bone folder. I'm going to start creasing all of the score marks on all 3 pieces of cardstock. And then once these are all creased nice and good, then I'm going to start adhering this project together. So we're going to take the 2 pieces that are identical and we're going to lay them out in front of us in the same orientation. And that little flap on the right hand side is going to get glued to the back part of the second piece on the right hand side. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue here, and I'll cover that whole section, and I don't want to cross over that last score mark on the first page. And then I'm just going to fold that larger flap over on the second piece and line it up and glue this down. So then you'll have like a sort of half a flap in the center of your 2 pieces, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to grab my bone folder and press all of that adhesive in so that I make sure that my paper is good and secure. And then I'm going to take the last piece and I'm going to glue it to that little center flap sticking up. Now what I'm going to do here is create a pocket with that half sheet of cardstock there, that little flap sticking out. I'm only going to apply adhesive to the top and bottom and the one side, leaving one part open so that I can slip things in and out of this little pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to press everything in, make sure it's adhered nice and good. And then that concludes all of the scoring and gluing for our little folio. So you have this center page that flips out with a pocket, and then you also have a little front closure piece that we're going to apply some magnets to later on to adhere the front flap shut. So I've got this paper pack from Michaels, and it's called Sage Park. This is something I picked up last year. I'm not sure if this is still an available paper pad at Michaels, but you can use anything that you've got to create any sort of theme that you want. And I'm just going to flip through and pick out a couple of patterns that I want to cover my book with. I'll leave the measurements in the description box down below for each page so that you know what you need to cut out to cover up your book. But for the rest of this video, I'm just going to play a little bit of music, and then you can watch my process on cutting and gluing and adhering the rest of this folio together. Alright, so this project is complete. I've added in some little belly bands and little pieces of cardstock that I can journal on or add photos to and pop them in each of the little pockets. And I also included a magnet along the way. If you noticed that, I slipped that in behind the pattern paper so that it would magnetize closed and we'd have a nice clean look. So I'm just going to flip through this book so that you can see how I decorated each of the pages. And then that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. I appreciate the support as always. I hope that this video has inspired you to get to chopping up some of your beautiful pattern papers and create a gorgeous folio project just like this one. Coming up on screen are a couple of videos I think you may enjoy, including the entire playlist to my Chop It Up series. Thanks again for joining me. Have yourself a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!